Guys, welcome back to another episode of Hustle Unfiltered. In this episode, we dive into stress, recovery, and all things making sure that we move the needle forward when life is a little bit hectic and work is a little bit crazy. If you do enjoy the podcast, please make sure you hit that follow button, you hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and you follow along with the podcast. If you are new here, welcome. We know you guys will love it, so also make sure you hit that follow button. It does help us out a ton. Enjoy the episode, guys. Well, I don't actually know that because in other episodes, I think that you've actually been in control of gone by.
No, this is my first controlled episode. I am the captain now.
About time.
What's
Sick
been
of carrying
happening?
The ship.
You've got a bit of an update for the crew.
I do. My hands work just.
Barely.
So I had carpal tunnel surgery last Wednesday, which was extremely terrifying experience. I don't recommend anyone having to ever go through any sort of surgery ever.
It's not really something I don't think many people would be like, oh, I might just go get surgery today.
Yeah, although the sleep, however, phenomenal. Post-surgery, mad feeling. And pharmaceutical opioid drugs, also lots of fun.
Wiping his bum because he's had no hands. Awesome. Feeding his food. Awesome as well. Tracking his food for him on the first day. Another big slay. That's been my experience in this whole thing.
Well, how did you actually find all that?
What do you mean?
Like, how did you find the experience of having to feed me, wash me, look after me?
It felt like I just had a massive man-child to look after. I'm like, okay, so this is what it's like if I have a toddler. I have to feed it multiple times a day and wipe its shit multiple times a day and make sure it's clean.
Did you like it?
I mean, I think it would be better doing it for my child than like my grown-ass boyfriend. That's doing like human-sized shits.
Well, let me tell you, that was not fun. I did not enjoy that.
Look, I've wiped a bum before. Like I used to do that when I looked after my siblings. So it's fine when it's a kid, but it's a different story when it's a full adult.
What I found hilarious was the 69 sort of action going.
Yeah, we had a process. He had to move himself forward. I'd step over him, so I'm basically sitting on his head and had a system to wipe the bum.
Yeah, well, that's embarrassing. Anyway, yeah, so I had surgery. Basically, the first day or two, I didn't have any function of my hands. The first day was just like coming out of it was like so much anesthetic and blockages to the nerves. I couldn't even feel anything. Like it just felt like someone turned the off button on my hands.
You just have a forearm.
No, literally. So that was fun. And then I was still pretty drowsy from the anesthetic most of that afternoon. Then the day after, I had a little bit of movement back, but like everything was a struggle. Like it just, at the moment, it feels like, how do I explain it? It feels like one, my hands need to be stretched 24/7. And two, it feels like the ridges or like the side palms of my hands are just like really tight and really sensitive.
Yeah.
So any sort of pressure through there and any sort of like hard gripping through there as well is really uncomfortable. So training has been pretty average, but the past day or two has been a lot better.
You still train though, like you've still done all your sessions
oath,
this week and just modified things, which I know you've absolutely hated, but I think the fact that you've been able to still train is still...
Well, my chest was sore yesterday, so I was really happy with that.
I did something.
Yeah, literally. So I had to do like cuffed cable flies that like Kayla absolutely hated helping me get into, I could tell.
It was heavy. I don't think you understand the fact that like whenever I spot you for something, you are a significantly stronger, larger human than I am. I have to put my back and soul into moving these things. Like it's not just oh, you're lifting 12 kilos. Cool. It's like 40 kilos and I'm using everything to...
Hip thrusting with you today was not easy either. Spotting you was not easy.
Oh, it's because you got 2 broken hands. That's why. If you were a fully functioning human from head to toe, you would have been like, this is nothing.
Yeah, fair point. So, yeah, that was fun. It's funny because, like, I put on my story, but it's like, maybe like 2 years ago, if I had done cable cuffed press flies,
You would have frothed it.
I would have frothed it, like, this is so optimal. And now I'm just like, this is disgusting. Like, why the fuck am I doing this? I felt like literally a rage-baiting teenage boy with a
You're
fucking...
everyone we hate.
Yeah, I'm literally the broccoli head in the gym at the moment. Like, I was doing tricep extensions and the cuff was attached basically to halfway down my forearm, and I absolutely hated it.
Not me training better than you.
Literally. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that's an update from me. We're getting better. So I honestly think within the next week or two, I'll be fine to train normally. Like, the recovery is rapid. So yeah, I mean, that's what you get for being a healthy human, right?
A little bit of sauce in the mix.
Yeah, that too. Maybe some healing peptides as well. But that's for the other podcast. That's for my private podcast.
In other words, just the brain dump he gives me every day that I have no idea what he's fucking talking about.
It's actually just the boys' chat.
That's fine.
But how about you? What's happening? You're looking a lot stronger, a lot thicker.
Yeah, I feel human again. I feel like...
When I grab your glutes, there's a lot more to grab.
Yeah, I'm not waking up in the morning being like... Am I wasting away what's going on? But I'm in the last week of my recovery phase, so by the time you guys watch this, it'll be day one of my build, which I'm so fucking excited for. And I'm ready. Like, this recovery phase has actually gone really well when I look at it and zoom out over everything. The goal of this phase for me personally was to reverse out properly and, not fall into any sort of unhealthy habits that I know I have had in the past when I've had deficit phases and things like that. So I'm pretty happy with how things have gone, and my body weight has trended up pretty much where we'd want it to be for the end of this phase. I just feel a lot better in my physique as well. Like, I feel fuller, I feel healthy. We did update this last week, but the podcast didn't work. I did get my period back last week as well, so health is looking good. There was one weekend where body image was a bit not the best, and that purely came off the back of enjoying a meal out, it not sitting very nicely digestion wise, and being significantly bloated and just like retaining a bunch of water for a few days, which for me, once that passed, a lot of the other noise kind of went down, because I know when I feel really uncomfortable digestion wise, it shows, and that's what I didn't like about it. And that's where that sort of like downward spiral of, oh my god, have I fucked this up, all those sorts of things kind of came out. But nice pep talk from my coach, pep talk from Jackson as per, and just like I said, giving myself a couple days just for my body to pass the things that it needed to. We're back to normal, and I'm feeling really good. Bum? I did actually wipe my own bum.
Spewing.
Yeah, but no, I feel really good. Like, it's cool being lean. It was cool being shredded, and like looking back at the photos, I'm like, this is such a cool thing that I did. But for example, we have a photo in here, but I very much like how I look and feel and perform when I am not dick skin lean, so it's been fun. I feel so strong again in the gym, which I'm loving.
You really fucked that up.
Yeah, I can't get it back up there. But it's been good. I'm RDLing 34 kilos again in each hand.
I feel like your bad image days is more so around feeling skinny, not feeling fat, Yeah,
towards the end of prep, that was more it. But I feel full. Like, I feel good like that, and I'm excited for this next phase, which is just basically absolutely annihilating my lower body and bigger delts and my delts. So I'm excited to see the glutes look bigger again. I want to see my legs grow again.
And your delts get bigger.
Delts get bigger. Overall, I just want to be bigger. Like, I'm excited for it and keen to have a little bit of extra junk in the trunk.
This time next year, we're both going to be fucking massive.
Yeah, and I can't wait. But to dive into the topic of today's episode, I think it's going to be a really good one, especially considering I'm about to jump into build phase. Jackson's going through his own sort of recovery phase, and some of you might be listening, might already be in like fat loss phases or working towards specific goals. And we're going to be touching on recovery, and not just from the training and nutrition side of things, but more so from managing stress and sleep, because I'd say these are two of the biggest things that I have had a lot of conversations with over the last few weeks with a lot of my clients. I know that this is something that's very commonly, I'd say, ignored from a lot of people. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, I don't sleep that much, but it's fine because I'm smashing my training, smashing my nutrition. And this can sometimes very much be the bottleneck and the reason why you have plateaued with a lot of your goals, despite hitting your macros, training really hard, and ticking a lot of the boxes that are pretty in your face.
Yeah, I think sleep especially, like, it can definitely be something that ruins almost everything. With a physique, like if you're dieting, you're trying to build muscle and you want a sure way to really restrict your ability to make solid progress, sleep will dictate that. Your hunger will go up, your ability to stay full will go down, your training performance will drop, your pumps in the gym will drop. Everything will feel a lot more heavy, both physically and emotionally. Like your ability to emotionally regulate will go down. It, as you said, it can be a very easy way to bottleneck your progress and be the thing that, most people will not look at, because they'll say, oh, it's like, I'm doing all the things. Yeah, I'm doing my training, I'm meal prepping, I'm fucking killing it, but you get fucking 4 hours sleep and you cry every day.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people also kind of fall into that trap of like, oh, if I rest or if I recover, or if I sleep, like it's because I'm lazy, or if I choose to look at these things, it's not the kind of the shiny object. Like training is exciting because you get to lift heavy weights, like you get a good pump in the gym. I feel like there's that greater return on it immediately. Same thing with nutrition. It's like if you do hit your macros, you're like, cool, I've done it. Whereas with sleep, you don't really see it for what it is.
Yeah, you know what's funny? So many guys that come to me off the bat train 7 days a week.
Yeah.
It actually really shocks me. I'm just like, why are you in the gym 7 days a week?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I just want to be there every day. And I'm like, cool, so do I, but it doesn't mean that you need to be in the gym 7 days a week. And then they stop, and then, obviously they make more progress. It's really, really interesting to me.
Yeah. I find it interesting as well because a lot of people that train a lot are also the ones that say they don't have a lot of time for other things. I'm like,
they don't have a lot of time.
If you stopped training 7 days a week, that gives you, and you dropped it down to say 5, that gives you 2 more hours in your week.
Yeah,
to do the things you're avoiding. I
think also, I mean, I can't speak for women, obviously, but for men, I know for them it's a lot of mental health as well.
No, I agree with a lot of the girls as well. It's like, it's time to themselves. It's where they can switch off from outside things, or it's good for their mind at the time.
And it's the whole, if I'm not moving forward, I'm going backwards.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but yeah, you're just digging. The best way to think of stress recovery in general is always the bucket analogy. The bucket analogy is just perfect. It's, you look at your whole ability to handle stress and recovery as a bucket, and each and every single day you're tipping a bit of water into that bucket, and you might do a cup from training, a cup from work, sleep might remove some of that water, but if you're just doing so much throughout the week that it's just filling that cup of water or that bucket up way too much that it's overflowing, you're not going to be able to recover from it.
And it's going to get to a point where either it overflows, you don't recover and you realize it, or your body's going to give you a reason to pull back. Yeah,
with an injury, with a mental breakdown, with
sickness,
like that's where it's going to come up.
Yeah, especially if you're someone that gets sick often, like talking once a month, once every couple months, like that is that in practice.
Yeah, I have like probably 2 or 3 guys at the moment that are constantly sick, and I'm just like, you're doing too much, you're not sleeping. Granted, one of them just had a kid, so like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of like, what more signs do you need to say, all right, we're just doing way too much here, right? And that's the funny thing about it, is what people don't understand is, or at least sometimes the people that come to us, is that training is designed, or the whole physique development is designed to push you as close as you can to filling that bucket to the brim without it actually overflowing. Like the whole program, the whole training, nutrition, it's all designed to get you as close as you possibly can to spilling over, but not actually spilling over. So you can recover.
Yeah.
So then if you're doing things like not sleeping enough and, drinking heaps on the weekend, or, not allocating any sort of emotional time to yourself to just de-stress and regulate your nervous system, whatever it might be, then that bucket is going to overflow very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Or you're in the gym 7 days a week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even from my perspective of like prep and this recovery phase as well, it's like we were like this close to the top of that bucket at the end of prep.
Yeah.
And it's like this whole phase for the last 6 weeks has been to pull that back.
Yeah.
Reducing training days so my body can recover from the 6 months of stress it's been under, dieting and prepping, you know, bringing my food back up, all those sorts of stuff. Because I think what another thing a lot of people don't understand is that building muscle and losing body fat is a stress on the body.
100%.
Like it's not we're not just talking about stress outside of like, oh my God, it's been a fuck day at work, like I'm stressed. It's like the goals you're working towards do place a level of stress on your body. And yes, sometimes we can manage that by not working towards a fat loss goal or build goal, might be sitting at maintenance for a while, whatever it may be. But when you're purposely working to those goals, that is controlled stress you're putting on the body. It's about managing the outside stresses that you can, so you can keep progressing as well. Because when you're under a lot of stress, when you aren't getting enough sleep and everything is just feeling very, very chaotic that we're not controlling right now, that's when you start to see your hunger go up. That's when the cravings start to happen. That's when the body weight starts to stall, and you could be ticking all those boxes and doing everything right. But if you're not controlling that other layer of stress that's outside of it, then that's going to be what is going to hold you back.
Yeah, and I think also you said it really well. It's like you said 6 months, because you weren't just under stress for those last 6 weeks. You've been under stress the whole time.
The second we went into prep.
Yeah, it's like it's just compounded, and that's the thing. It's people will say, oh, well, nothing's changed. It's like, whoa, yeah, it kind of has, you know, because just because you nothing's actually changed, you know, theoretically nothing's changed. But if you've lost 10 kilos, or you've lost that extra 5 kilos, something's changed.
Yeah.
You know, or you've put on an extra 2-3 kilos. Like I know for me, towards the end of my last build, it's like, yeah, I was pretty fucking stressed. Like not emotionally, but like physically, my body was like, it's probably time to pull back.
Yeah, it'll give you signs, and it's just like, you know, digestion not being too good, training sessions not feeling too good.
Fucking
like
no.
Even if you're like in a build phase, you're pushing heaps of food, you know, you feel strong and all these things, and you're making progress, you're going to get to a point where you kind of stop. And that's because it's all this stress that has been accumulated over time.
I mean, you know, like put it this way, putting shoes on, tying my laces and walking upstairs were really not a fun thing to do. And then not to mention, like the body starts fighting back, you know, like with myself, it's, you know, blood pressure was coming up and breathing was getting heavy, cardiovascular fitness was going down. It's just a matter of those things that also need to be managed, that are indicators of, all right, the body's under a lot of stress here, right? It wasn't a matter of that, oh, like I woke up and I was, you know, overwhelmed. It was a matter of like the body was telling me, and I was fucking tired all the time. Like I just wanted to nap all the time. So yeah. Well, for you, I'm curious as well, when that happens with a client, what's your ways to manage that?
With stress and like sleep.
Yeah, well, I guess there's two ways to look at it, right? Because there'd be positions where someone's in the midst of their goal, like they were like, you know, halfway through a prep or halfway through a diet, whatever it might be, and we need to manage stress better, or they're coming towards the end.
Yeah, I think it's looking at like, where's the stress coming from? Like I know with one of my clients, I actually work with a lot of shift workers, and a lot of them are nurses, and like that's a very highly mentally, physically, emotionally demanding job. So that is already a level of stress on a quote unquote good week, let alone when it does, like shit does hit the fan, then that's obviously increased stress. And there was a period of time where she was working a lot of shifts, you know, she was trying to be in the gym 5 days a week, and just nothing was adding up for her. Like it was just struggling to show up to the shift. She'd felt tired in, you know, sessions, all these things. And we decided like, look, right now, we need to pull things back so you can keep moving forward. We need to pull the sessions back, give you more time in your day so you can recover mentally, physically, emotionally, just not just from the training side of things, and your muscles need recovery, but you also, your body needs time to recover between your shifts as well. And she also went through, she also did some changes with work stuff, and like she gave herself back time in the day to rest, to go for walks instead, and, you know, do like a Pilates session if she wanted to do an extra training session, but not put all this extra stress and demand on her body. And since then, she has made more progress. Her body weight has started to come down. She's been able to be more consistent with her nutrition as well, because she's got that time there. And I think sometimes people can really think like, oh, if I pull back, I'm going to keep going back. It's like sometimes you're going to need to pull something back so you can keep moving forward, because right now doing all the things isn't getting you anywhere. That's like, this is you trying to get past, and it's just not working. Yeah. You're going to have to take a step back, maybe shift it to the side a little bit, and that's going to be how you keep moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is the whole idea is to get the most out of the least, right? It's not just about doing more. So even when I look at it from the perspective of myself, just in the position of that growth phase, it's like doing more training, putting more calories in and doing more supplements are not going to be the answer to getting more progress. It's like there was other things that need to be addressed. So it's like pull back, recover, consolidate the muscle, make sure that what the muscle you've got is good and it stays there, and it's like cool, now we can pull back and go again. More so in the sense of coming towards the end of a phase where stress is probably going to be higher. Then, you know I have clients where, you know, stress, like Duncan's a perfect example. That man is fucking constantly stressed. And for him, it's just always like, cool, like what can we do this week to just move the needle forward? Whether it's making sure we get the sleep in, or we spend some time on the weekend doing something for ourselves. And sometimes it's just as simple as that. Yeah. Just like, what do you want to do on the weekend? Like, just go to the beach and chill.
Yeah. Do a little journal sesh.
Do a journal, go get a sauna.
The girls love a good journal. When they have like a stressful week, they'll be like, I journaled out my thoughts and I feel a lot better. I'm like, let's keep doing that on your good weeks too. Yeah. Not just on the bad weeks.
Well, that's actually a good point. I think that's something that a lot of people should do. The things that you try to do on the bad weeks that pull you out of that bad place of stress or whatever it might be, it's like, why not do them on the good weeks too?
Yeah.
There's a whole idea of like, you only foam roll when you're sore.
Yeah, just do it at the start of all your sessions.
You only do warm-ups when you got an injury. It's like, just do them all the time. And trust
That's
me.
you.
I know, because that used to be me.
Jason called you out like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was me for a very long time. And I was like, oh, my knee hurts. And he's like, well, are you doing warm-ups? And I said, no. Well, actually, I said, yeah, on the hack squat, I do 4 warm-up sets.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do the things that are going to keep you in the position you're in for a longer period of time. Otherwise, you're going to be constantly bouncing back and forth from going from good to bad, when you could just be doing all those things constantly, and you probably spend more time in the good than you do the bad.
Yeah, and the bad won't be 10 times as bad.
You spend less time there.
It might be a shit day, but it won't be a shit fucking month.
Yeah.
Because you're just doing what you need to maintain it.
Yeah, and it's funny, right? Because I look at us and it's like, sure, we have quite efficient and luxurious in the sense of lives of the fact that we have time, right? I mean, one of us have time. But, you know, we get to train when we want, we get to pick and choose when to eat and stuff like that. But at the same time, we still deal with a lot of stress running a business, doing those sort of things. So I always think like, well, what do we do to manage stress? What do we do to make sure that we don't let the cup fill up too much? And I'm always like, well, I guess they're always the things that we just do all the time. We don't actually have a time where we just do more of one or the other.
Yeah.
You know, we're always warming up. We're always getting to bed at the same time. We're always trying to, you know, spend the weekends away from training, away from work. You know, so those are the things that we do to make sure that we can show up the next week and not have a fucked week.
Yeah.
You know? And if we are stressed, it's like, cool, like, why is that the case?
Yeah, and I think as well, like on the stressful weeks that maybe do come out of nowhere, for example, it's like still leaning on what your basics are that just keep you level-headed. Like, I think a lot of people, when they are stressed or when they're going through a fucked week, it's like meals go out the window or training or steps and things like that. It's like, okay, maybe you can't get 5 sessions in on that week because work has picked up for this week. It's all last minute. Get 3 done. Or like with your meals, it's like, okay, if you can't get your meal prep done or we've missed the day to meal prep, go get the frozen meals. Like, don't let those non-negotiables of movement and eating go out the window.
Yeah.
Because that just makes it worse. That just adds to it. Adds more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, no, I say that all the time. It's like, and this is what's really interesting is sometimes work will take over and that's fine, but don't throw, like if you slash one tire, don't slash all 3, right? Because you're going to feel worse. Like not doing the things that are going to make the whole situation better.
Yeah.
Right? So as we've said, like people like to go to the gym 7 days a week. Right? Well, okay, we don't need to do that. We just need to go 5 or 4, wherever you're at. So then if you're under a stressful period, it's like, cool, just go 4.
Yeah.
But don't not go at all, because you're just going to prolong that period of making less progress for one, or at least not maintaining where you're currently at. And also then you're just going to feel more overwhelmed because you say, oh, I didn't go to the gym, I feel shit. I didn't hit my meals, I feel shit. I don't want to do my check-in because Jackson or Kayla is going to tell me off like come Monday. It's like, well, no, we just want to support and we just want to help. So what can we do to make sure that we don't go in that cycle again the next week?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And then same thing on the other end, if you do know you're coming up into a busy period, it's like, what can you do to set yourself up for that time? It's like, if you know you've got a busy work week next week, double down your meal prep.
Yeah, I mean, this time of year is perfect as well because it is going to be such a busy time, right? Work's coming towards like that back end. You know, we're in the fourth quarter type deal. So it's like everyone's going to be hustling and bustling to get shit done, but it doesn't mean your goals need to take a back seat. Because then we go into Christmas, then we go into New Year's, and then we all know you're going to be eating and drinking during that time, which is so like fair enough.
Cause same.
Yeah. So well, you know, why not make sure we can double down on those things that you said? But we're going to have a podcast on that very soon.
Stay tuned.
Stay unchade. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Hustle Unfiltered podcast. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, please make sure you hit that follow button. As always, if you are interested in coaching, guys, you jump into the show notes, find our coaching application form. There's Kayla and myself in there too, and we can jump on a discovery call with you to work out your goals and where you want to be within the next 12 to 16 weeks. Thanks, guys.